Welcome to Motivation at Hand, Ma. To know is to know how. Make your foot the foot that counts. In the pages of history, a question does stand. In the 20s and 30s, a nation at hand. Immigrants' tales in the spotlight did shine. Yet, deeper narratives await our design. In the land of the free, they sought a new life. Through trials and triumphs, they endured the strife. But seldom we hear of the voices untold. To groups, non-immigrants, their truths still to unfold. Native Americans and African Americans, their heritage profound. Invisible struggles on ancestral ground. From the dawn of this nation, their presence persists. Their historical wisdom, we should not dismiss. As we ponder the past, let us broaden our view. Include every perspective, each story that's true. For in understanding our shared history's scope, we find common needs, a brighter future to elope. There's this book called The Conspiracy to End America, The Threat to Democracy and the Rise of Trumpism, and it's published by Hachette. The author is Stuart Stevens, who used to be a big-shot Republican political advisor. He spent most of his career helping Republicans get elected. Stuart Stevens, a former advisor to the Lincoln Project, has spent a significant portion of his career helping Republicans get elected. However, his latest book serves as a stark warning about the current state of the GOP and why he is no longer a Republican. He has contributed to the Lincoln Project. Why? Because he's seriously worried about what the Republican Party is doing to American democracy. He has a roadmap. The 5 ways to end democracy America is facing today. As the GOP is threatening democracy. The 5 congruent necessities in the making of autocratic rule. 1. You need the support of a major political party. 2. You need big money backing. Like from people like from Peter Thiel. 3. You need propaganda, and in this case, he points fingers at Fox News. 4. You need some kind of shock troops. At the events of January 6th and the whole MAGA movement. And 5. You need control over the judicial system, so you can justify things like restrictive voting laws. For example, when Georgia passed a law saying the majority vote can be ignored. That's when things get really dicey. The parallels with 1930s Germany. Now, the book gets pretty intense. When it draws a parallel between what happened in the Republican Party in 2016 and the rise of National Socialism in Germany in the 1920s and 1930s. Stevens argues that just like the German establishment thought they could control Hitler, the Republican establishment thought they could control Trump. But it didn't turn out that way. In both cases, the ruling class believed they could control these figures to advance their agendas and gain power. This comparison underscores the degree of influence Trump has had on the GOP. Republican leaders' response. Some Republicans did raise concerns about Trump. Like Mitt Romney, the majority of Republican leaders have chosen to embrace him. But even he considered joining Trump's cabinet at one point. It's like they saw the danger but didn't take it seriously enough. Many Republicans privately admit that Trump is not an ideal leader. This raises questions about the values and principles of the Republican Party. Yet they continue to support him and his agenda. The role of money. A large percentage of the people who participated in January 6th attack on the Capitol were upper middle class. Some even came into DC on private jets. Much like Elon Musk, who has benefited from the systems of the United States. Yet, he is disgruntled. After all the benefits he has ascertained from the American system. Much like a large percentage of the participants of January 6th, were upper middle class. Stevens says while interviewed, he just don't understand that logic while on Burn the Boat segment of Midas Touch Network on YouTube. More alarming is how big money donors could have supported other candidates to beat Trump. The party had transformed into something that embraced Trump's style and grievances. Dysfunction within Republican Party. Speaking of dysfunction, he points out how Republicans couldn't even agree on electing a speaker. Is seen as a symptom of the party's lack of clear principles and unity. The Republican Party's core principles have become increasingly unclear, leading to internal conflicts and infighting. In conclusion, Stuart Stevens' book presents a stark portrayal of the Republican Party's current state and its impact on American democracy. It serves as a cautionary tale, drawing attention to the historical parallels with contemporary politics, underlining the dire consequences of prioritizing power over principles. The challenges faced by American democracy necessitate thoughtful consideration and decisive action to ensure its preservation. This historical context is vital for a comprehensive understanding of these matters. Now that the melting pot has simmered and stewed, the up north and down south, their meanings renewed. What lies ahead for the future we hold? For the children of tomorrow, stories untold. The matters of race and class. Historical questions have amassed. Cooperation and sharing, a long-lost goal. To mend the divisions that have taken their toll. For the future of our children, let's stand hand in hand. Together we'll build a nation that can respect the land and the diversity that stands. Much appreciation to you for giving of your time with us at Motivation at Hand. To know is to know how. We trust you will come back soon.